You can be as good as the best of them, but as bad. Oh, I'm sorry. Namaste. What's going on, people? What's up? What's up? And what's up some more? Let me get settled here real quick. Come on in, have a seat, put your feet up, and grab some tea or whatever your drink is. And let's talk. Why's I? Hey, Tosh, how's the weather there? You can be as good as the best. Just a little announcement, all right? In case, well, I posted on Facebook, so if you're a Facebook friend, then you already know them. So, well, yeah. Namaste, Katrina. Namaste, Kunami. Namaste, Faith. I've always liked, by the way, I've always liked the name Faith. Always liked that. Come on in, let's sit a spell. Let's sit a spell. I'm a nerd. Yeah, you here early. The weather is bonkers, very mercurial. It's cloudy as shit today. Yesterday it was like 80 degrees. Today it is, let's see, pull it up. Let's see what, 78 degrees. But cloudy as shit. This always throws off the power that I bring in from my solar panels. Bitch ass weather. Make me sick. So today is Jupiter. As you see, I have a little blue on, not much, but the face on my shirt. So I always try to get in whatever planet in some kind of way. I try to get in the colors. It's the old habit of mine. My neck of the woods is about 78. It's warm, but it's cloudy as shit. It snowed and then the rain washed it away. Didn't even settle. Oh, Katrina's in the UK. That's why. Okay. I would love to have that. You know, I don't think it's ever going to happen. Not here in Texas. I would love to have some winter weather. It's not going to happen. Oh, well. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss anything when I upload. Today is the day of Jupiter, the day of prosperity and abundance. Today is the most common day to do money rituals. You can do that. Here's a little trick though. Sunday is always a good day to do money magic too. So you can do your rituals you can do it today in a sun hour. Use that planetary app. You know what I mean? This is one of the things that I teach in Magic 101. Using the planetary hours and days. Okay. My son got married. We still are kind of in disbelief. So I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the pictures that he sent. It's crazy. Got married. So now both our children are married. Married with children. Anyone still have an iPod? I know it's a weird question. I have a reason for asking that particular question. Let me ask you this. Let me put it this way. What did y'all do? Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Have a daughter-in-law. What did y'all do when iPods stopped being used? Or how did you make the transition from iTunes and iPod to Spotify? Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Katrina. Thank you, Tosh. Thank you. You got an 80-bit gig? Okay, so I ain't the only one that still has an iPod. Okay. All right, cool. All right. So y'all know one of the members of De La Soul just passed last week. And I saw a lot of people saying, oh, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for them to put their music on Spotify. Okay. When someone asks me why I still had an iPod, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with 8,690 songs? What am I supposed to do with all that? I'm supposed to just throw all that away? I don't believe in doing that. Sorry, I'm truly a Virgo. So I have all of De La Soul's music. I didn't need to wait until Spotify decided to put it on their platform. You know what I mean? When people have said that to me, you still use an iPod? You goddamn right I do. Why would I stop? It didn't stop working. You know, I just don't follow the crowd like that at all. I refuse. I had an MP3 player for the longest time. Yep, me too. Downloads music from YouTube to MP3 store on your phone. But yeah, I have 8,000. I just went low. That's how I know the exact number. I have 8,690 songs. What am I supposed to do? With all of that's not going to fit on my phone. Right. It's a relic that still works. Exactly. Ashe, peace and blessings, Oliver McNary. Thank you, Tosh. Tosh is always on it. Why throw it away just to rebuy it through monthly subscriptions? Exactly. That's why. So when somebody asked me that, I looked them dead in the face and I said, what am I supposed? I'm supposed to, I think I had over 10,000 at the time. I said, you know how much music I collected on this thing all this time? I'm supposed to just throw it away so I can get something like Apple Music or Spotify so I can sign up and say I'm part of that family. Get the fuck out of here. No. Nope. I don't do it. Only thing is I can't take it off my what's it called? The little, what's that thing called? That iPod sits on? It's called anybody gonna help me out? What is that thing called? Nope, play no more shuffle till it doesn't work no more, or till it get lost in a move. Exactly. I can't take mine off of the dock. I can't take mine off the dock though, because as soon as I do, it tells me the battery needs to be charged. So the battery is completely gone. And I don't think there's anywhere that services it. So the only way that I can listen to it is to put it on keep it on the dock. What? My wife just shouted something to me. Home. Oh, okay. All right. Listen, I have cassette tapes and CDs I brought me from the Caribbean. We have those too. The docking station. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. We have those too. We have cassette tapes. We ain't got cassette tape. I'm sorry, I'm lying. We have CDs though, because we have a vinyl record player. We have an actual record player, and we collect vinyl albums. So, but the way it's on there, it has also a CD player on it. So, just wanted to say that, when people were saying about De La Soul, oh, finally I can listen to the music. I've been listening to De La Soul's music. Not only that, I still use Pandora, and I have a De La Soul station. So anyway, that was the reason for me asking that question. Okay. What are we going to talk about today, y'all? What indeed? I try to stay away from news, but the woman, thought I was going to have to do a retraction on the story that I reported on. The woman who left her children for age 12 and 3 has finally been arrested yesterday. Okay. Raven Yates, that's her name. I'm not the first one to put her name out publicly. If you didn't follow this story, she went to a whole different state, left the kids alone to fend for themselves for 2 months. Okay. The way they were eating was the oldest called her father to send food. He was also in another state. He was in California. Okay. So she finally got arrested. During the whole time that Texas had a warrant out for her arrest, she was wanted. And during that whole time, she was still posting to Instagram and Facebook. And a lot of people saying that maybe she was trafficked, or she was actually deceased. Someone was posting for her, trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, that maybe something really actually happened to her. No, she was alive and well in another state and living with another man. I shouldn't say another man, but living with a man in Mobile, Alabama. That's how the story went, right? But I still see people on the posts on Facebook kind of defending her, saying that she had mental issues. She was battling mental issues. Dora, pause. So you're telling me a mental illness will cause you to leave your children to fend for themselves. You still posting provocative pictures and living your best life and talking about how much money you make and advertising your services. Advertising your services on Instagram. And somehow a mental illness has anything to do with all of that. Right. The dad had to fly in to get them. Exactly. Some of these people shouldn't have kids. Hey, what's going on, Jamie Haynes? Now it's not for me to judge. That's why I say I like to stay away from these topics. However, there was a time where children were actually protected. You know what I'm saying? They were protected from predators and trafficking, and it's just like that's not the case anymore. And then you wonder why the youth are the way they are. There actually were women defending this woman. You never know what's going on in someone's life. When I had postpartum depression, I didn't make rational decisions. all kinds of shit, all kinds of excuses. And I'm like, y'all have got to be kidding me. Y'all actually defending this, you know? So anyway, she has been arrested. Here comes my last warning, y'all. My very last warning. I have said this before, and I know I keep changing the time frames, but that's based on new information that I get and the way things are going. All these psych ops that they're doing, you know, and the way the masses are responding to them, and all the things that's happening actually always not change my mind, but give it a different kind of time frame. With that being said, I believe, and the way that they're going, according to their own documents, in 5 years, this place will be unrecognizable. I give it 5 more years. That's all I give it now. At one time, I said 1 year. Another time, I said 2 years. This time, I'm firm on about 5 years. So remember, I've said before, y'all got time? You absolutely do. Okay? But long-term plans or going somewhere else, you know, if you see my last live this week, they put it on a limited revenue. And I'm wondering what I could have possibly said in that last live, which was 2 days ago, what I possibly could have said that would make the video not suitable for all advertisers. I don't get that, but okay. The way she smiled into the camera, and thank you, dear, for bringing that up. They say she had mental issues, right? But she's smiling for the camera. She's playing right to, she's like, and the cop said, I watched the story this morning, the cop said she wanted to know if she could have some lipstick before they took the picture. Yet still, people were saying she had mental issues. People will find any kind of excuse to defend deplorable behavior, y'all. It is what it is, though. I couldn't imagine leaving my child for a few minutes, not alone hours. Didn't her teen take good care of the toddler? Her teen was amazing. She did, but she's only 12. She only has the mental capacity of a 12-year-old. You know, I remember both my children being the age of 3, and I remember panicking constantly, just over every little thing about them. So I couldn't imagine, me either. I couldn't imagine leaving them alone. Not that there will ever come a time where I would have to, but yeah, that's a depressing story, y'all. Depressing. That woman has lost her mind. She should have given those kids up to the dad or the state. But going forward, you'll find more women saying that they don't want kids, and y'all better believe them. Absolutely. Thanks, Tosh, for saying that. Absolutely. Peace, EJ Taylor. Greetings. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to hit that like button, y'all. So that was my last warning. Only a few people have actually listened. 5 years, tops. 5 years. They're already working. Katrina can probably confirm this if it's true. But in parts of the UK, they already got those 15-minute neighborhoods. Am I correct, Katrina? Yeah, she was a baby too, Jamie. What was the state of the house when they found them? Strong urine smell in the toddler's room. A lot of stuff. It looked like 2 children were there. They said the word deplorable. So that's why I use the word deplorable. Deplorable conditions. Okay. Not suitable for children to live in. But what can you expect? She's 12-year-old trying to take care of a 3-year-old. All they found were dry beans and spices. That's it. She didn't even leave them food. Okay. So I think that you're going to see a lot more of this behavior, a lot more. Just to be honest, a lot more. You think about it, in 5 years, you're going to see some of the most despicable acts that people can do. You know what I'm saying? Despicable. I don't think it's even done. I don't. Hey, greetings, More Soul Knowledge TV, more. We said we're going to call you More. Greetings, More. Peace. Oh, indeed, and building more in Windsor, right next to Detroit. Yeah. The babies probably didn't have water to keep clean. I don't think they did. I don't think they did. That's what I'm saying. What 12-year-old knows how to take care of a 3-year-old? It's just, I just don't think it's over with because of everything that's happened in the past 3 years. I don't think none of it's through. I think they're still going to keep going with this shit. Sad, sad day, folks. Sad day. This was in Texas. This was in Texas. E.J. Taylor. This was in Texas. Well, no, the woman, the mother, she was in Mobile, Alabama. Family members spotted her without the children. So they contacted the dad in California. He took the next plane available to go get them. You know, he was unaware. And that's, a couple women were defending that and kind of saying the father was at fault too. But okay, maybe so, because it took them too long to realize they were home by themselves. I said, okay, maybe so, but come on, man. The mother had the custody of the children, right? I'm not defending either one of them, but I'm just looking at it objectively. The mother has custody, right? So is hers. Anyway, my personal feelings, I can't say here. Yeah, the kids were in Texas. The mother was in Alabama with another man. She was laid up with a man, and the father was in California. Peace and blessings, Moon Feather. Namaste and welcome. Yeah, social media is showing us how low we have sunk or will sink just for clout. It is amazing to me how Black Mirror is playing out. There's an episode of Black Mirror that shows how desperate this woman was to get her social media rating back up. If you have not seen that episode, please see that episode. People will do anything for attention. This is the new currency. See what I mean? After all this time, her baby's in desperate need of care. She laid up in another state with a man, and she is smiling like everything is okay into the camera. Asked for lipstick before they took the picture. So I don't want to keep going on about that subject. Yes, that's a good dad. He is. He caught the first thing smoking. The cops said this. He caught the very first plane that was available. All right. Yes, it is good because she definitely did everything to keep her ratings. This is such a, it's not even a parody. It is realistic how far have you seen some people's Instagrams? And there's people who got thousands of followers and do nothing at all. I'm like, how do they get all these followers? They don't do nothing. They don't say nothing. All they do is take pictures. People are doing heinous acts just for attention. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for the next 5 years. I know I've kind of given y'all a grace period, but remember, this was always a 10-year plan. There's always been a 10-year plan. Okay? Katrina, are they still working on those 15-minute neighborhoods? Right. We just keep falling further and further down the hole. We absolutely do. And we don't already look out for one another. So, also, I wanted to say today that consciousness, switching gears, because that is a depressing ass subject, to be quite honest. To think that someone would do that to their children, all in the name of wanting attention. Consciousness comes in stages. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, just like being an occult practitioner, the consciousness that you gain, it comes in stages. It doesn't come all at once. You don't understand everything you need to know all at once. That's why it takes so long. All right? Consciousness, same thing. When you first become conscious or awake or whatever you want to call it, you want to shout it to the rooftops. You want to tell everybody what you know. You want to preach to people. Okay? This was me. My wife can attest to this. This was me when I was following the Nation of Islam. That was me. I wanted to tell everybody about Allah and Master Farah Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad and Louis Farrakhan. And I had videotapes of lectures, and I was studying my ass off because I was going to join a mosque. This was me in Tennessee. We was living in Tennessee at the time. Okay. And the reason I'm smiling is because I look back at that time period of my life where I was really unbearable. Okay. I was really unbearable. Couldn't have a simple conversation without turning it to some conscious debate. You know what I mean? I see a couple people like that now that's on Facebook, couple of my friends, right? And they're in their 20s. I'm like, this was me. This was absolutely me. You know what I mean? It's funny, you see this all these years later, and I'm like, damn, I still didn't know nothing. You know? But what if I had this present mindset back then? I just don't think as you grow, your consciousness grows. This is why masters have always been depicted as older, mature men, gray-haired men. Okay? They went through that stage of being a beginner. They went through that stage. Okay? You don't see anything bothering them at that stage where they are masters, ascended masters. Right? Some things that someone new to consciousness seems petty to them, elementary. They knew that at one point. Okay? Am I making sense? Oh, Tosh, a 15-minute neighborhood is this. A 15-minute neighborhood. Hey, Sharon, a 15-minute, the idea of a 15-minute neighborhood is this. In case you don't know, everything that you need will be within 15 minutes of where you live. Groceries, car wash, wherever. The reasoning is you won't have to travel more than 15 minutes outside a zone. That's a 15-minute neighborhood. If you should travel outside that 15-minute zone, you get fined. Yeah, you get fined. That is a 15-minute neighborhood, right? What they're trying to do is make it so you don't have to travel outside that 15-minute radius. That is a 15-minute neighborhood. Now, if this particular video gets striked for ad suitability, then I know it's going to be because I spoke about that. I said what I said. That is the idea behind a 15-minute neighborhood. That should sound pretty ridiculous to everybody watching this video. And I apologize. I should not have assumed everybody knew what that was. Matter of fact, most people don't know what it is. Okay? They keep it kind of quiet. That's why I think in parts of London or the UK period, they are already implementing these things. 15. You won't have to travel that far. So what they're doing, or what they're going to do, is try and control your movements. How they keep track of that, I think your cell phone. I would have to refresh myself on all the information. 15-minute neighborhood, y'all. That's controlling us for absolutely. I've heard of smart cities too more. Yeah. See, I see what Sharon said. Colorado is already building those neighborhoods pretty heavy. So Colorado is already implementing it. If you should travel outside those zones, you get fined. Now, how's that for conspiracy theory? So, to continue what I was talking about, consciousness. Same thing goes with the occult knowledge. Okay. Once you get into it, you're excited. You think you're all powerful and you can do this and do that. The understanding doesn't come till later. See what I'm saying? When I was first learning voodoo magic, I wanted to read everything about the Congo and all parts of Akibalan, which is Africa. All right, the continent. You know, you don't think these ways years later. You don't think the same way. You grow up, literally. This is one of the books that I read when I was learning voodoo magic. Okay? African Cosmology of the Bantu Congo. There's also another excellent book about initiations. It's called Of Water in Spirit. Salin Malindo Sum. I'm saying this shit all wrong. Malinda Sum. Give me 1 second, y'all. Because y'all know I like saying stuff that I know what I'm talking about. Of Water and Spirit. Malidoma Patrice Sum. This man actually was kidnapped too. Of Water and the Spirit. Ritual magic and initiation, the life of an African. What's the rest of it? Of an African shaman. It's an excellent book. I remember in one part of the book where they was going through initiations, one of the people died. It makes sense why so many Walmarts are popping up and Amazon being so prominent right now. Right. Faith, I can't answer that question. I don't really know if the jobs are within a 15-minute walk or drive. That's a good question. I can't answer that though. I think they're still in the process of building it. Got it. Question is why? Control. There's a video I'm going to send you later that makes me believe it's some relation to a future prediction. Absolutely. Send it to me. Right. Moon feather, QR codes for everything will be the wave. Absolutely. Speaking of phone tracking your movements, I Googled my aunt's nursing home and Google told me that I haven't been there in 2 years, and it was right. God damn. See what I'm saying? How does that not scare people? You know what I'm saying? How does that not scare people, the masses? How, y'all? How? The shit that's coming is, but you know what? It's been predicted a long time ago. 1984. Most people probably never even heard of that book. I could go, that's a topic all in itself, y'all. The predictions. Oh man, I'm trying to think. Like there's so many movies that Demolition Man is one of my favorites. Predicting the future. Look at it now. They are controlling what you say on Facebook. Okay. I got put in Facebook jail so many times that I had to create a new profile. How is all of a sudden the first part of transmission is not allowed to be said? Now it's considered hate speech. How, Sway? Since when did Annie's tray considered to be a bad word? You see what I did there? Great topic. Thank you, Jamie. Most hybrid jobs require you to be within 100 miles of them, at least for now. Yeah. That's why I do not have any Alexas or Siris. Exactly. Dark City. Thank you. Dark City. Johnny Mnemonic, which we watched recently. Honestly, I just had the feeling that it's a sentient AI that's over people directing them. Communicating via quantum computing. Now that is a theory right there, not conspiracy theory. That is a theory right there. I've seen that one. You know, I'm inclined to believe you on that one. I really am. Great statement. Great statement, Moore. Great statement. You think about Demolition Man and what people were no longer allowed to do. You get fined for saying certain words. Excuse me. Is this not happening? They started having sex via some kind of, it reminds me of the thing that they use now, but virtual reality, Meta, I think it's called. It looked like just like that. Look at Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone, Sandra Bullock, Wesley Snipes. This is how they had sex. Is that not what's happening now? They didn't touch. They considered touch icky and ew. No touching. Like Konami said, Dark City, where every night at certain time, Dark City is the Matrix at its cheesiest level. Yeah. Dark City, control them. They put them in different situations. They changed situations. They changed the family structure. They did it every single night. That's some scary shit. Look at Dark City. Or the 13th floor. Okay. This has been told so many times in different ways. Oculus. Yes, that's what it was called. Oculus. Cerebro from the X. Exactly. Konami's on it. Don't forget his school. He puts out great information. Brother Konami there. It's on Telegram if you haven't gotten on there yet. Okay. In case you're wondering what I said earlier, I said Annie's tray. Please tell me, some of y'all know how to speak Pig Latin. Why do I have to disguise what I'm saying? Why do I have to speak in code now? Why can't I say certain words? I say Annie's tray. Y'all know what I said, right? The whole world will end up like Japan. Absolutely. Well, Japan or China? Which one? I say more like China. Let me show this while I'm looking. I see a lot of people have responded. Our son got married. This is him and his new wife. This is me 24 years ago. Oh, that is them. Right, Katrina, absolutely right. They've programmed. Thanks, Konami. I appreciate that. I appreciate the way you typed that. They programmed the algorithm to detect certain words. Exactly. You know what's a common thread? A common thread is most of these futuristic movies, they are mostly dark in the skies or super cloudy. Right. Demolition Man is the only movie that I remember having some sunshine. That is damn good observation. Like in the Matrix, remember Morpheus said it was us who torched the skies. And then the Animatrix, which I recommend to everybody who considers the Matrix deep. I tell everybody, watch Animatrix because it tells all the backstories of what happened. And in the Animatrix, it shows them figuring out that the sun was their source of energy, and they had a plan to darken the sky, to hide the sky via planes scorching the sky. Is that not what happened on chemtrails now? I've seen it. I've seen it happen. Japan, in what aspect? I stepped away really quick. What Tosh said, the whole world would end up like Japan. And I was like, Japan or China? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, folks sleep on the Animatrix. That's an excellent storytelling. For you to understand how the matrix works, look at the animatrix. Yes, the war. And that backfired on them. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. They still telling y'all things that's going on right now in movies. And then they have you cheering at the end. Slumdog Millionaire. It's an excellent movie. And then at the end of it, the whole cast was dancing. It's a great story. However, I hate to burst y'all bubble about this one. Slumdog Millionaire also talked about trafficked children. It showed it. Trafficked children and abuse. Sexual and psychological. It is what it is, but they had you cheering at the dance at the end of it. It is what it is. They make it look apocalyptic. They did that in the last season of The Walking Dead. That's one of those shows I've never seen, not a single episode. Another book that when you're first getting into voodoo magic, as a matter of fact, in the voodoo, well, I call it ATR magic, which is a part of my Magic 301 course. You learn this book, Urban Voodoo. It is very entertaining. S. Jason Black and Christopher Hyatt, Urban Voodoo. Okay? Urban Voodoo. It's basically giving a crash course in Santeria, Urban Voodoo. Basically. Like I said earlier, when you first get into these things, when you look at it years later, you'll see your own growth and evolution. Here's another one. The Miracle of Universal Psychic Power. This is by Al G. Manning. Damn, it's coming apart. It's old. It's one of those 70s occult books. The Miracle of Universal Psychic Power, How to Pyramid Your Way to Prosperity. Al G. Manning. Okay. All of his books are excellent. I can't believe this book is coming apart like this. How to use psychic healing methods. What this book can do for you. We all remember the cartoon character Superman. Faster than a speeding bullet, able to leap tall buildings, X-ray vision and all that, but most important, full of invincible strength and power to overcome any situation. And it gives you 17 lessons or steps. Can't believe this book is falling apart. "17 steps. How to build a working foundation of psychic thought and action to get what you want. How to harness the cosmic light in your psychic energy centers. How to harness the cosmic light in your psychic energy centers. How to turn your desires into psychic fields that irresistibly grow into material reality. How to harness the psychic power of ceremonial magic. How to establish working contact with your spirit guide or teacher. How to use psychic healing methods. How to master the psychic art of friendship and love. How to control the psychic power of attracting money. How to use psychic power to control any life situation. How to magnify your personal power and influence in any field you choose. How to protect yourself against secret psychic attack. so on and so on. 17 of these lessons. Al G. Manning. He has an ESP lab, I think, in Colorado that he established way back when he was alive. Okay. He's one of those 70 occult authors. The 70s is when the occult had kind of a renaissance. And they put out these books, these grimoires that were very cheesy, that had a lot of case studies in them. Although they're cheesy, they can get you where you need to be as far as training. The Book of Tobit, one of those books they took out of the Bible, the Book of Tobit, and recommended to none other than the elder Azazel Bey. The Book of Tobit is one of the few apocryphal works that managed to find its way into some canonized compilations. Present as an important Judaist work, it is absent from the King James Version and most standard Protestant editions. Treating on the nature of demons, specifically Asmodeus, it includes a visit by the Archangel Raphael to Tobias, son of Tobit, and several rites involved with miraculous healing. The Book of Tobit. The Walking Dead was on point. I know I ain't missing on. You actually have a physical book by Al G. Manning? I cannot believe it. I have several. That's not the only one I have. Can't see. Give me a second. Yep. I got another one. Al G. Manning. Helping yourself with white witchcraft. You know what that has been rebranded as? Or what was rebranded to name it white witchcraft? Wicca. That's all white witchcraft is, Wicca. Remember, I did that 10 years. 10 years. White witchcraft. Blue book? Well, it looks blue. Let me see. That look blue on the screen? That's black. The Book of Tobit. Any book that they took out of the Bible, you should read, like the Book of Enoch. Only one of his books is still in print. Yeah, his books are rare, but I actually have them. I think I got most of them. You know, there's another book that I want to suggest. There are several grimoires that are classic grimoires and can teach you ceremonial magic. In other words, how to do ritualistic magic. Okay. This one is one that is very overlooked. The Magician, a study in effective magic. Philip Cooper, The Magician. Ceremonial magic is something you would have to learn to be. Are you going to stick with, I mean, some people will do this. Some people will stick with just doing short, simple spells the entire time that they're practicing. You know, my personal opinion is that if you're going to learn it, learn all of it, and then decide where you're going to go from there. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. But remember I said before, all grimoires, most grimoires are whole systems. Okay? Whole systems can teach you preparations and tools and steps you need to make, openings and deities and everything you need to know to be a practicing ceremonial magician. It's exactly what it sounds like. You're actually conducting a ceremony. Okay? Remember, there's a spell, there's casting spells, and then there's doing rituals. Rituals give all that extra oomph to it. It involves focal points, like an altar and a dagger and a wand and a chalice. All those are focal points. See what I'm saying? Makes sense? Yeah, the miracle of universal psychic power. Oh, okay, you wanted to see that? You said blue. I was like, I don't have a blue book here. Oh, it looks blue. It really does look blue when the light hits it. My bad. It's gray. This is gray. All right. Hopefully you're able to screenshot that. I don't think you're going to find it, to be quite honest. His books are rare now. Tobit is $4.50 on Amazon, y'all. Oh, you used to sell them. Okay, cool. There's a book by Philip Cooper called Kabbalah Magic. Thank you. I will look for it. I don't know if I have. Let me look. I'll look real quick because I have a complete folder of nothing but Kabbalistic books. Kabbalah, Philip Cooper, Kabbalah Magic. No, doesn't look like that's one I have. I got 45 books here. And no, that's not one of them. So now I'm going to have to find that one. There's another book. There's another book that I wanted to recommend if you are interested in becoming a ceremonial magician. Okay. There's yet another one. This one's called The Magician. His Training and Work by W.E. Butler. Okay. These kinds of books, again, are more in line with like Crowleyan kind of rituals. Not saying sex magic. I'm just saying, just ritual settings. W.E. Butler. Okay. I think I have another one. I do. This one is great, actually. Oh my goodness. This one is actually great. The Magus. A complete, exactly what I just said, a complete system of occult philosophy in 3 books, containing the ancient and modern practice of the Kabbalistic art, natural and celestial magic, and showing the wonderful effects that may be performed by a knowledge of the celestial influences, the occult properties of metals, herbs, and stones, and The application of active to passive principles, exhibiting the sciences of natural magic, alchemy or Hermetic philosophy, also the nature, creation, and fall of man, his natural and supernatural gifts, the magical power inherent in the soul, with a great variety of rare experiments in natural magic, the constellatory practice or talismanic magics, the nature of the elements, stars, planets, signs, and the construction composition of all sorts of magical seals, magic seals, images, rings, glasses, and the virtue and efficacy of numbers, characters, and figures of good and evil spirits, magnetism, and Kabbalistical or ceremonial magic, in which the secret mysteries of the Kabbalah are explained, the operations of good and evil spirits, all kinds of Kabbalistic figures, tables, seals, and names, with their use, and the times, bonds, offices, and conjurations of spirits, to which is added, God damn, this is going to take forever. But this is one of the better books on magic, ceremonial magic, the magus. Okay, that is a rank that you get when you're in a coven or a magical order, such as the OTO. Okay, the magus. Philip Cooper, Esoteric Magic and the Kabbalah. Exactly, Katrina. Okay. I think that's all I got for y'all today. One more book. A little known book. The banned book, Sorcery, Spells, Magic, and Witchcraft. Maximilien de Lafayette. This book is thorough as shit. Let me tell you, this book, it talks about the jinn. That is being offered in Magick 401 by me, Magick LaCroix. Okay. Thanks for joining me today, y'all. It's multiple volumes. Yeah, it is. Thanks for joining me today, y'all. Sorry I spent so much time talking about that heifer in the beginning, but it's just sad to see these children suffering from these neglectful, fuck-ass parents, these punk-ass parents. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to spend so much time, but I'm sure y'all understand why. Okay? Join me on the next episode. No, I'm kidding. So I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Thanks for joining me, everybody who's attended and who will watch this video. Okay? Enjoy the weekend, and I will see y'all next time. As always, I'm the one and only. Love, peace, and blessings. And as always, namaste.